This is everybody's goal, inner peace. I don't care what they say. This is everybody's goal. This is what we're all doing when we look for something outside to make us feel good. All these goals and ambitions. I'm gonna make $1 million. I'm gonna go on the dating websites and find the right relationship, because then, unity. Because we want to feel good, complete, whole. This is it. If somebody was born, and then from the time that they were born, they kept, see, when you're a baby, generally, you have this inner peace. You're just basking in this inner peace. Everything's chill. You're not worried about bills and goals and relationships and sex, and you're just chilling. You just chill in the crib. You got to eat. As long as you get fed, you just go back into chillness. What happens, because this is the game of life, we lose that innocence. We start getting programmed and downloaded with all the matrix software and conditioning, and then we start to think like, whoa, I need to like go and find happiness somewhere. Like, how do you do it? I gotta Google that. How do you find this peace and happiness? And it tells you, well, you gotta have your goals, and you gotta, when you achieve your goals, you're gonna be happy. That's pleasure. It's not happiness, and it wears off really quick. It's cool though. Do what you gotta do to see that you don't have to do it. So let's say though this baby that's basking in this inner peace, it doesn't leave. He gets older, and then he starts to become conscious of it, because when you're a baby you're not conscious of it. So he becomes conscious of it, and he's just, it doesn't go away. Do you think that being who's starting to grow now he's a teen, do you think that he's going to be able to go to school, he or she, and have the same conversation with the kids there at school when they're talking about goals and go get it, and you gotta take life, and you gotta manifest, and you gotta make it happen and make your dreams come true? You think he's going to be able to ride that ship if he's already deeply in that peace? Can't. He's not going to have any desire to do it. He's just, you know, he's like, what are you guys doing, man? And they say, well, hey, why don't you gotta go find yourself? You guys like, why? I'm good. Like, I just want to just sit here. I'd stay in my crib if it fit. I mean, I liked it in there. I'm just chilling. Now, that story's kind of, that would happen if the baby, he didn't have any karma, okay? But the thing is, we have karma. And part of the whole game of life is we're innocent and peaceful when we're little. We're not aware of it. And then we go out and we get all messed up. Prodigal son going to spending all his dad's inheritance money that he told his dad to give him now. He's like, I don't want to wait till you die. I want it now. Dad's like, all right, cool. Gave it to him, goes out, wastes it, and then realizes, whoa, I'm empty as hell. I got everything I wanted, experienced everything I wanted to do, and now I'm so empty. I'm gonna go back home. Hope dad's cool. Gets back home, dad's self-realized, he's super cool. He's like, come back, son. Now I got my son back. So we gotta go through those stages. The desires, I made videos about this, to go chase things, it creates an inner restlessness. That inner restlessness covers up, you can say, this inner peace. This inner peace is always there. It's always there. It doesn't fly in from somewhere. It's not like God's a being sitting in outer space, and then you say, I love you, God, and God gets happy, and then he takes his wand and gives you some inner peace. No, the inner peace is already there. That same contentment that we had when we were a baby and didn't realize it, it's there. That's part of the software. It's there. But it doesn't get activated until we somehow become thoroughly done with chasing external things. Now, I can hear the mind of some people say, well, what do you do then? Just like sit here forever? No. The life force guides you and tells you what to do. You see? When you ask that quote, what do I do now? The life force will tell you what to do now. but there won't be a personal appetite, obsessive, passion, identity with these things now that you're doing this function that you're fulfilling, or the role that you're playing as a human being. There's no mistaken delusion that doing those things are going to give you anything that you don't already have. Therefore, you can do them more effectively. If I thought that making YouTube videos, if I got 1,000 subscribers, that was going to give me something that I don't already have, some sense of like happiness or self-worth, then I would be pissed off, or I would be on edge until I hit the 1,000. Be like, I gotta hit this 1,000, So then I hit the 1,000, and then I'm like, and you see me a week later, and I'm like this again, because now the mind says, no, I need 2,000 now. I need 100,000, whatever. It never ends. At some point, we catch that out. We realize, wait a minute, nothing out here actually defines who we truly are in essence. We're actually all the same being. If somebody else is doing good, or a master, or awake, that's us. That's the same consciousness. When you realize that you're pure consciousness, before all the conditioning and the game of transcendence and awakening occurred, just pure consciousness, when you realize that's who you are, you realize that's everybody. And then the expression that takes in another form, you don't take that personal. You appreciate it, but it's like not who you are. It's like the costume that the consciousness has chose to wear in that individual form. Some individual forms, they're going to be president. Some are going to make $1 million. Some are going to be a spiritual master. Some you may not even never know. They may just be in some remote place making statues out of clay, and that's it. It's not that if you're a teacher or something that means you're greater. There's yogis in the Himalaya mountains you'd never know about. They just stay in the cave. They're blessing the world via their vibration. They're not trying to, but that's their destiny. The life forces move them to do that. So life continues, but the identity with this external living isn't so strong anymore. You still have desires like I like fruit. I just like them. I like it. I eat it all morning. It gives me a lot of electricity. But then later I got to ground. Otherwise it spasms my nervous system. You can see my other channel, True Health. I talk about that. So it's not like, nothing matters anymore. And it's not like the fruit gives me peace. It's like, I ate the fruit, now I have it. Now, it's conducive for accessing this inner peace that we have, you can say. As long as we're in a body, you can't neglect the human life. That's wisdom. It starts to come. We start to realize like, oh yeah, my diet actually makes it can determine how easy, how more accessible this inner peace is. The company I keep, the people I'm talking to, the conversations I'm having, that's a factor too. The environment that I'm spending in. If I'm going to club scenes and hanging out in bars, somehow this inner peace seems to be harder to feel or experience than like if I'm in nature, or if I'm in a quiet beach or somewhere. So you start to realize these things, and then you shape your life. See, it's not a one thing, like get rid of all your desires, you're going to be at peace. No, that's a factor. Spiritual practice is a factor. Being aware that there's nothing outside you that's going to fill you up, that actually just makes you more restless and covers your inner peace, that's a factor. Your lifestyle habits, what you do, what you eat, who you hang with, the environment you're in, those are factors. All these are factors. But they come, we realize this automatically at some point. We already know this stuff, but sometimes actually these videos and sharing, it can awaken this kind of dormant knowledge we already have. Don't listen to the non-dual videos that tell you nothing matters. It just doesn't matter. You can eat pizza or dog feces, and what difference does it make? It's like, you're the self. Self's not eating. See? Careful of those videos. They create damage. And then you got to undo all that. So it's not an overnight thing. Like, to, you know, it's a great aspiration to have and hold. Like, okay, I want to experience my true nature, which automatically then that realization gives some inner peace. They go together. But you got to kind of go through the grind a little bit in the process of this awakening. And this is what the videos are for. Just kind of help facilitate that and accelerate. All right? This is what we're doing. All right. See you.